Welcome to the live, guys. I have zero friends, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being overly dramatic for the video. I actually don't have any real life friends. I have a cousin that I hang out with, his family that shouldn't count. Like, we're buddies, but he's a cousin. Other than that, I don't make any friends. And I have been living in this city for like 5 or 6 years, and I have made zero friends. Today, I'm going to tell you about all the attempts I had because I tried to get friends because I am not an introvert, right? I'm not someone who is antisocial. I enjoy having friends, people you hang out with, people that I could discuss subjects with, but I don't have any, despite all my tries that I'm going to talk about today. Here's some stories from the comments, talk with people who are participating in this live, see if any of them can relate to my situation or they actually have friends and I'm the weird one. We will see about that. So, welcome everyone who's watching the live right now in the comments. Thank you. And also a big thanks for those who's going to watch later. And you can also put likes, guys. It's not like because you are not live with us that you won't like the stream when it stays on. So, let me get to the comments. Someone you can trust and hang out with, that could be argued. Well, you see, you can trust is up here, you can hang out with is down here. There is a big difference between someone you can trust and someone you can hang out with, in my opinion. I don't know what you think, guys. Did you try going outside? I go outside every day and I spend a lot of time outside, okay? Stop this touch grass bullshit, honestly. I'm illusion. It's different from acquaintances. Most people that consider someone as a friend as our acquaintances. Exactly. Like I would say, like mm, someone you just know, like you know they exist, and then acquaintance, and then like someone you kind of know, and then a friend, and then like a close friend, and your best friend, and then your homo bro, right? Maximus, yo, guidance, hello, welcome to the stream, Maximus. Please tell me if the voice is good. Can you hear me well? I want you to confirm to me that you can hear what I'm saying. Chestnutters. There are pros and cons to not having friends. I think the the cons of not having friends are gonna be crushing the pros because we are human beings and by design we are social creatures. It's not that it is a choice or something. It's like needing food and air to breathe, you need friends to not go crazy. That's the thing for me. Friends make you not go crazy with your own ideas. Welcome to the stream, Chestnutter, by the way. I'm Illusion. Also, being ND can impact significantly the social interaction and getting a friend. Well, okay, I'm not ND and I have a hard time getting friends, okay? Feathers Bartholomew, coolest name ever and favorite YouTuber, and you are my favorite viewer since you have a cool name. Welcome to the stream. Santos, I got more actual friends from being in the church. Most people I know and talk to seriously, I help and have me around. I met early on in the church. I look realized without religion. So listen, about church, it is one activity. If you only meet those people in the church or doing church related activities, I have no idea how Christianity works. So I'm just assuming that there are activities you do in the church. If you don't do any other activities other than the church, why would you call them friends, like actual friends? Aren't those people like church buddies? Or I don't know. I don't know what's the Christian term for it, but maybe it's someone that you go to this religious meeting with and then you do not interact with each other anymore. Like, how would you call what? Like, I have football buddies. Those are people that I play football with. But since I don't meet with any of them outside of football, like the activity we share together, I'm not gonna call them friends because they are not invited to my wedding or I do not ask them for help if I need like some money or something. I will not go for the guys I play football with because other than how good or how bad we play and our respective names, we don't know much about each other. Prognogator's book. Do you do face ratings? First, welcome to the stream. And I have been asked so many times to do face rating. The only thing I can offer you is me looking at your pictures and your Instagram or whatever and telling you that if I was a girl, this is how I would feel about you, because I'm quite accurate at that, but I cannot take like measurements and measure your face and tell you autistically like you're a 7.5 or like a 5.2 out of 10. I cannot do that. I can look at your profile and tell like, hey, this is you, you must work on this. So yeah, I don't suggest you buy from me anything at this point. I don't think that's the best value for your money. I think, I don't know, Face IQ, even though I don't watch his content, a lot of people trust his ratings. I don't know. So, how is it to be, no, this, if you're sub 6 and it's risky to try and make friends, especially deep friendships, most venoms once your head on a. I'm gonna talk about all that. I'm gonna share with you my experience of the friends I try to make, and then we're gonna see if you guys can relate or not. Because I tried, I have tried, honestly. Maximus, how is it to be 30 years old? I mean, I don't feel that at all. I still more active physically than most of you guys who are in your 20s. Does ADHD count as ND? Oh my god, this Western bullshit, man. Like first world problems. Quickums. Sometimes you can hang out with people from church, go to Bible study outside, hang out. The thing is, go to Bible study. That is still the same activity. That is also a church activity. I'm talking like if it is someone that you go to church with, you meet them there, and then you start hanging out together, other than like eating after church, like you go to church and then you eat right away. But if you call them during a random day during the week, I know that church is on Sunday, right? Like you call them on a random day during the week and say, like, I want to grab a bite, and he's like, what's up with this guy? Like, what's wrong with him? Like, we're just going to the same church. We're not friends. That's what he would think. I think. Okay, because yeah, I mean, at least you must be doing two activities that are completely separate in nature to call someone a friend. Because let's say you are like some drinker, right? Like you are like you have a vice like that, and you go like gamble or drink with someone. Yeah, if you remove that activity, the the bad thing you were doing together, that vice, if you don't partake in it anymore, your drinking buddy will forget who you were. Like he's like, yeah, we used to be friends or something like this, but then you were never friends. You were just sharing this activity together. TK, are men really that social? In nature, yes. Like it has been proven a lot of times scientifically that we are made to live in society. If you are unable to live in society, then something is inherently wrong with you. That's how the consensus of anthropology and all the sciences related to social interactions between human beings. Yes, finding friends that would cover all your interests and understand your humor would be difficult in your mid to late 20s. I'm going to say impossible, okay? Impossible. I have tried everything to make friends. Everything. GC Kennedy, welcome to the stream. Co-ed sports help. We are friends of PL2. Sadly, none of the girls are cute. I'm not even talking about girls in this time. Like, if like trying to sneak in like from friendship to I don't do this. I hate trying to start with like becoming friends and then getting the girl. I'm talking about just male buddies that you can have as male buddies. That's so fucking hard. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm having an active chat tonight. That's good. Do you recommend war maxing? Draculino, welcome to the stream. Let's not talk about politics. I talked to a leftist guy and realized that the left is monetary socialist and forming capitalist to our corporation in the left. I'll be your friend. I mean, that's what you think, but in reality, if we were in the same city, we wouldn't be friends. And this is what I'm gonna talk about. And how is dating in Russia? I think it's the same as in the West. To be honest, I don't think there would be any differences. I will have to try dating outside of Russia because I have been here for the last 10 years. How would I compare, right? I just know your stories from like what you tell me. But if I go to the West myself and see for myself, maybe I can make comparisons, right? Like videos like I went to Germany and I tried Tinder and I tried dating German girls and this is my experience. Then I can tell you like a difference. But telling you how it is in Russia, you will have no idea how my perception is, okay? You ask a Chad and he tells you like dating in Russia is so easy, but then if you ask the same Chad about California, he will say that it's too easy. You can't tell, right? So my first attempt to make a friend in Russia, it was in the gym, and it ended right away because this dude that it just started by working in together, right? Like spot me, spot him. He was like a cool looking dude around like my SMV, something like this, probably like better SMV because of him being local white. So we started talking, and I realized that he literally only talked in memes. Okay. This was before I took the pill. So I did not understand people better, but literally he was a guy who speaks in fucking catchphrases, or not catchphrases, like slogans. He like you go on a girl's Instagram and it's like a wall in the city and it has a lot of stuff to say on it. He's like, yeah, no pain, no gain, man. And he said no pain, no gain unironically. Like I was working out with him, I said like, yeah, today I feel tired or something, and he said like, yeah, no pain, no gain, man. I thought that he was memeing, but he was not even memeing. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to be a friend with a guy who has 70 IQ. Imagine like just a low IQ guy. So by that, I eliminated from the pool of possible male friends that I could have by a lot. Then the second guy at the gym, this one we connected a little bit more. And then as soon as he learned that I'm a psychiatrist, he asked me to give him some medicines illegally. So he was a drug user, basically. Yeah, the hell out. So it's like when the guys there's something wrong with them, I have to eliminate them as my friends. That's already the majority of male. Now I'm gonna tell you about an example where I actually met a guy that who's decent, like he had good morals, good principles, and that I actually wanted to be friends with. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Let me first read some comments. You celebrate Halloween? No. I don't even know what Halloween is about, to be honest. I grew up without it, so I just know that it involves candy and pumpkins, scary pumpkins for some reason. Uranium, I'm not gonna lie, I had trouble finding real friends out of basketball before. Drugs are where the term exactly. So the quality, you eliminate the guys who have bad quality. Quickums, it's because you're biased like everyone else. You only want friends who have high or similar SMV to you. You wouldn't want to hang out with a sub 5 like me. Problem is you. I'm gonna tell you something that, because I was gonna talk about this, but I'm just gonna answer you. The answer might shock you, but sub fives not wanting to be a friend with me is more than me not wanting to be friends with them. The only thing that I will agree with you on is that with such friends, I'm not gonna be like hitting clubs or whatever. Like if I have a sub five friend, I would do everything with him. But if he's delusional and he tells me like let's go talk to girls, I'm not gonna go with him. I'm gonna tell him like no, I don't go with my friends to hit on girls because it is just pure SMV hit to myself that I'm just gonna inflict to myself for no reason. Okay, so we have to be honest at some point, but it's not like I would refuse to be seen in public with a sub five. That is not true. Even in the US, you will have a hard time finding a gym guy as in the community. I mean, gym guys seem more stupid than the average person, but then maybe I don't know. Maybe the average person is that stupid and I'm just coping. I'm not saying that I'm extremely smart. Okay, I'm not. I never claimed that I'm an extremely smart person. I just use my brain to think, and apparently that's a very high standard. Sicario, I feel like normies just say whatever to fill in the silence. Exactly, exactly. So, like when you're talking to someone, like you're talking to them, and they're like, and you just can see it in their eyes that they're just trying, like waiting you out so they can say something that is irrelevant of what you're actually telling them. So, the content of what you're telling them doesn't mean anything because they already have prepared something to say, and it's gonna be like an automatic response, like at this point, I think I will just create an AI something to just fill the void of needing a friend. Sicario, have you led the experience where the guy gets snarky out of nowhere? I'm gonna Google the word snarky because I'm not sure about the definition. So excuse my bad English. Snarky. I know that's something negative, but I have no idea. Critical, mocking, and indirect, sarcastic way. I mean, it depends if they are doing it in good faith or bad faith. I'm not against banter. Like, I banter all the time. I joke with my friends, whatever. But if I had any, but like if I'm talking on Discord, like I would be like trolling. I will be like, I respond well to trolls. I don't have any big ego. I'm fine. You can call me whatever name you want. I will just ban you. But yeah, sub 5 will throw you under the bus. Exactly. Like, the thing is that a sub 5 would throw me under the bus before I throw him under the bus, just because of his projection of me throwing him under the bus. So his life has been so negative that he's so paranoid that if something happens, he knows that as a sub 5 he will be thrown under the bus, so he throws me under the bus, even though, let's say, I was not going to do so. Yoon, welcome to the stream. I had sub 5 friends that wanted to call the approach girl. I couldn't give him the truth. I mean, I would, but then it would be the end of the friendship, maybe. But I wouldn't never do it. Like, why would I go with like a guy that I completely mog to approach girls together? Because even if it's like a couple of girls, they would be like, yeah, I like you, but my friend doesn't like your friend. Like, what are we gonna do, right? See, you want people to make you look good while talking to girls. No, 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 I'm not talking about talking to girls. I'm saying like that's the only fucking activity that I will not be doing with them. So I will not be going to talk to girls with them. By the way, I wouldn't do the same with a Chad. If a guy mugs me, clearly mugs me, like taller than me, better frame than me, better face than me, I would not go with him too, because I don't want to be the ugly guy in the interaction. Like, you should be friends in clubs and whatever, like if the intention is to meet girls with someone who's close to your SMV. But if it's like some other activity, like I want to play FIFA with a guy, I want to have shawarma at night with a guy and talk about BP, it doesn't matter if he's like sub 5 or whatever. In that context, with modern technologies, there are many easier ways to say you. TK, I'm coming to this. All these points, I'm going to talk about them. So I'm going to talk to you about the guy that I actually wanted to be friends with. So we talked a little bit, like he was like a few years older than me, but he was like cool. He was in the gym. He's stronger than me in the gym, right? He started talking. He came up to me, where are you from and stuff. And we talked fine. Like in the gym, we talked fine. Then I took his Instagram while I was going out, and I checked that he goes to watch football every week. Like he goes to the stadium, which is a fun activity. Like I went to the stadium like 3 times, but I decided that I don't want to go there alone. If I'm ever gonna make a friend that will go with me to the stadium, I will. So there was an upcoming match between the team that we both support. So my team versus his team, because I support a team in Moscow, he supports another team in Moscow. I don't follow like thoroughly. I'm not like a crazy fan, but it is a good activity to do on the weekend, right? So I text him on Instagram and he did not respond. Like he saw the message and then just ignored me. Then few days later, when he saw me at the gym, he came like, hi, hey, how you doing? Wow, is this, yeah. Like, okay, so I got like, I started doubting myself. Okay, maybe he did not see my messages. Okay, maybe he missed them. So I started like saying, okay. So I texted him again, or like we met another time. I told him like, why are you not answering? He said like, yeah, I have bad internet or something like this. So basically, this guy, his deal was that he wanted to be friends with me in the gym when he sees me, but he doesn't want to be doing anything with me outside of the gym. It's his choice, okay? I don't care. I'm not crying. He's not a girl. Like, I get rejected by girls, and I'm fine with that. So it's not like being rejected by a guy as a friend will hurt me, but I was, yeah, but if you don't want to be friends with me outside of the gym, don't fucking come talk to me as if we were friends when you see me in the gym. Why would you do that? So next time he came and he was saying like, hi, enthusiastically, I just said like, hey, and moved on. He was like shocked as if I was impolite, but the fuck why are you surprised? Being the one who did not try to connect with me at any point outside of the gym. So you see, he pulled off shit that even for girls, this would be weird. So you want people to make you look good when talking to girls, you're overestimating the sub 5 effect. I mean, I'm telling you, girls don't hang out alone. Like, I don't know, maybe in the West they do, but in Russia, if you go to any place that you meet girls in, if those still exist, that would be a place where girls are in groups of two, three, maybe four, but usually two. Two is like two girls together is the regular in Russia. You walk in Russia and you're gonna see two girls, two girls, two girls, a couple, one guy, a bunch of guys, two girls, two girls. That will be the majority of tables. Like if even like when you work at a restaurant and you look like at their like a list of clients or whatever, it's just two girls eating together. Santos, I'm like 3.8. That's very low. Literally, the only thing I have is not being. I mean, you want to be friends with only guys who are above you, or you want to be. What kind of phrase for friends would you want? Have you ever cold approached? I used to do it massively. I don't do it anymore. But if I really like a girl and she's throwing Trojan signals, I don't have any problems talking to her. Like I can go and approach her. If she's not being responsive, I just tell her have a good day and move on. I don't have panic attacks because of like rejection or something like this. I am way past that stage, to be honest. Hmm. You seem like hanging out with less good looking people will help you. No, hanging out with people you'll mug slightly does maybe, but hanging out with like fours and threes, they will make the girl not want to be standing with you or whatever. Maybe like she will try to separate you from the group or something like this. But I'm telling you, if she's in a group and I'm with someone, maybe I don't mind, by the way, talking to a group of girls. Like I can see four girls and I can just go present myself and select the one I liked and try to get her number. But if I'm doing it with a friend, it kind of means that I like one girl and my friend likes one girl. It just works bad. But again, this is not the goal of the life. I'm talking about friends, like making friends, having friends. Yep. Put likes on the stream, guys, and tell me about the quality of the voice. Please tell me if maybe I can just check myself, but tell me if there have been any lagging problems or any problems with the voice. Re Re three. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Welcome to the stream. You are on the older side. I remember, like from the comments, you said that you are older than the other guys. Do you have friends right now? Actually, do have friends? And by friends, what would you mean? Like, what does a friend represent to you? Because some people have been giving weird definitions today. Oh, Nicholas Bones, thank you for your donation. This is nice. I have seen that you sent me a message, but I did not have time to look at the pictures closely. I just saw the message and didn't have the opportunity to do so. Maybe after the live, I will respond to you on Instagram. Like, I have my own Instagram, like the personal one, and it's always on use. And I only have access to the Guidance Vault Instagram on my computer, which I barely open. Like, I open it like once a week or something. So I saw that you sent me pictures, but I did not look at them thoroughly. I will give you I will record a vocal response for you later. Thank you for the donation. Mm-hmm. Yep. So yes, I'm actually back in the US for 2 weeks. Just met up with an old surgeon buddy of mine from medical school and his wife. They drove down to have lunch with you at university. Yeah, you see younger people. He told me that he's older than us, right? Younger people don't even know these things. Like you go out of the city and the next month you have no friends left. You realize that you don't. How many of you here in the comments still have close connections, like you see them on weekly basis with someone you went to school with, assuming you're in the same city? Because if you change cities, it's over. If you live up to 18, 20 in one city and then you move to another city, it's over. GG. You have no friends anymore. Unless like you're some Chad or whatever. I'm here to renew my passport. I was stopped to before my. I mean, locally there in Bali or whatever, do you make friends? Like, do you make new friends? Maybe like since you're older, like you will be eventually making friends with people who grew without this. But us who grew up with social media, we really struggle to make friends. It's impossible to make friends. It's not hard. It's not extremely hard. Most not weekly, but monthly is reasonable. That's the thing. Yoon, how old are you? How old are you? Because if you're less than 30 years old, you think that that's normal, but my father met with his friends more often. All friendships end eventually. That's how you think when you grow up in social media era. I'm going to talk about social media. You're 23. You see, you don't even have this concept. Like, you think seeing people uh, weekly is too much. That's because you check their stories every day, so you don't feel the need to go meet them every week. But imagine living without hearing any news of them unless you met them. So you have a friend. This friend lives in the same city, but like 15 minutes away drive, right? This guy, if you don't see his social media, you have no information about him until you meet him and he tells you what's new with his life. So that's how it works. That's how it worked. That is just normal. How do you like why would you have the same need if everything about this friend you know it by checking his stories online? Mm. Always been a woman I was dating. I know that if you are on the attractive side, you cope about the fact of not having friends by being friends with the girls that you're dating, because since they're into you already, you can like bypass that. And honestly, for the last 10 years in Russia, I have been surviving, feeding my social need, because again, I'm not an introvert, okay? I am more towards being an extroverted, and I fed the need of having social relationships by having girlfriends and by hanging out with girls. If I could not hang out with girls, I would have gone back to Tunisia, because I don't have any friends in Russia. I have zero male friends. Every time that I try to drag a guy from one activity, again, another guy, football guy. So I was walking on the street and I saw a guy who looks like my football friend, okay? And we have a lot of fun. Like when we play football, we are buddies. Like, hey, how you doing? Good. Hug each other, apologize when we hurt each other. He's a good guy, okay? And he likes me. We like each other. So I see a guy who looks like him and I go say hi on the street. It turns out that it's not him. That is a funny story, right? You thought that it was your friend and it's not. So later, I texted that guy from the football group. Like I went to the group, I went to the list of people, I found him and I texted him and I told him, hey, today I thought I saw you, so I went to say hi to the guy enthusiastically. And he was like, do I know you? Which was awkward, but funny, okay? I told him, I'm sorry, I thought you were my friend. He told me, like, happens. That's it. No comments, no where, nothing, no continuation. I saw him later at football and he did not even bring it up. Okay, am I supposed to beg him to be my friend? Is that what I'm supposed to be, to finally have a friend? To have someone to share my day with? Tell him about my problems? Tell him about an insight that I have? Okay, now maybe I have this outlet. I can go on YouTube and cry to you guys, okay? I can come to you and say, like, I thought this idea. I can write a post, I can make a poll, I can go live and talk to you guys. But before that, all these ideas that I have about like the BP, about stuff, before I got to record videos, they stayed with me. Like I keep thinking. I don't even write them down. So I just have ideas that I keep thinking about and no one to tell these ideas to. Do you realize that it contributed to me being lonely, despite that I had girlfriends during that time? Yeah, I'm just gonna make a poll. Second. Let me check, because maybe I am the one who is weird, okay? There is a possibility. I'm quite different than most men online. I think if you met her later, but if you have a good experience with women, then that's how you're gonna see them. I don't disagree with that. To have a phase where they're womanizing, that does not work, because not most people are not that attractive. I'm very introverted. Okay, Sauna. Sauna is a good place, right? Like we were sitting there naked with other men, and you talk about random stuff like, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay, where do you come from? You have a slight little accent. I'm from this country. Okay, I had this conversation 30 times. Never we exchange numbers later. Never, like, every one of us would just assume that we are supposed to, find each other online. And then maybe if they do, like, it would be weird to add a guy online. He'd be like, what? Is he like into me in that way? That's weird. Like, what are the steps? Like, okay, let's say I'm in the sauna in my gym. You are in the sauna in your gym. We made small talk, okay? Even if I suggested, because I know what you're gonna say, like suggest doing some other activity together. Even if I suggested doing another activity together with you, most guys say no. Okay, this guy, again, the guy who works at the gym, he works there. It's not like he goes to the gym, he works at the gym. Therefore, I see him more often because every time I go, he's there. So this guy, he asked me, where are you from? And then he helped me with something, like he found someone to give me something in Tunisia. So he helped me with something. I told him this: in order to thank you, please tell me when do you finish your shift so I can take you for pizza. Like I can take you like to the third floor of the gym. There was like a pizza place, like in the mall. So it's a mall. There is the gym and there is restaurants above that. I will take you to a good restaurant. So let me get you some pizza. Do you know what he told me? This guy, oh, you don't have to burden yourself. You can just take something and bring it to me. So he wanted me to go out, get food to take away, and give him that food. Of course, I didn't do that, but what kind of people, like, he did not want to be my friends to that point? Am I, like, would you guys be friends with me? Maybe that should have been the poll, right? Would you be friends with me? Would you want to be friends with me? We were in the same SMV category, by the way. Like, maybe he's slightly taller, but then he was balding. But yeah, it's so hard to make friends. Wait, there is a donation? You really piss me off. Oh, so it's a donation to insult me? I mean, I feel like, is this how girls feel on like OnlyFans when like guys donate to them and then tell them not nice stuff? I don't know, but I appreciate it, okay? I understand that we are having differences, but we are discussing them as men, and I appreciate the donation. Thank you very much. Uh, Re three. I'm R. I'm just gonna call you R because I don't know how to pronounce that. Trying to get girls instead of having male friends like that, like as a course of like, okay, I can get girls, okay, but I can't have male friends. I want them two separate parts of my life because I want friends that I can talk about these subjects with. That the same way I'm talking to you guys. So I'm talking to you about these issues that I wish I could be talking to my real friends. I don't want to do it with a girl. With a girl, I want to have fun subjects. I want to go to the movies with a girl. I want to watch a movie with her. I want to cook with her. I want to have ice cream with her. I want to have sex with her because that's like the main thing, right? I want to have a pleasant, pleasurable leisure time with a girl, but I want friends for the hardship and I want friends for just male stuff, male fucking stuff. Watch football together. I don't want to watch a football with a girl. She's gonna be sucking your dick in the mid. Okay, maybe I'm drifting away. I want to watch football with my male friend who supports the other team so I can make fun of him, I can banter with him, or we can analyze the game together. Not a guy, I watch football, he watches football, we like the same team or opposite teams, and then every one of us watch again another guy I play football with. We support the same team and we had an important match. I texted him before the match and I told him, let's meet at some bar or like some sports bar and let's watch the football game together. That will be a nice activity to do. Do you know what he told me? Look, I still have the message, by the way. It shocked me so much that I still have it on my Telegram. I can show you. He told me, oh, listen, please don't get offended, but I really like watching football home. I don't want to go to the bar where someone can say something and piss me off and then I get angry. And I'm like, so you'd rather watch the football home alone rather than going with me like to the bar? Another guy I invited to go eat something after playing football, and he was like, oh, thank you so much for inviting me, but let's do it another time. life sucks. I know he's a little bit older than me, but he's balding and he's like heavy drinker. Like, your life sucks. You wouldn't want to use a friend like me. Like, I'm not good enough to be your friends. Is that it? I've been complaining for so long. Let me read some comments. So most of you have zero friends, or like, it's quite balanced, to be honest. I'm looking at the poll and it's quite balanced. Maybe we do not agree on the definition of friendship. Like, what would be a friend to you? Like, you think he's a friend, but then he's not really a friend. Like, if you call them, like the guy used that says like they have 3+ friends, you want to tell me that you have more than 3 people that if you call right now and tell them like, I've been arrested, I need like $1,000 to bail or something, will they bring you the money? Maybe that's a very high standard. I don't know. That's why I'm live. I don't want to make a video because I don't know. I'm 30 years old and I can't make a friend for the life of me. It is so hard that I can get a girlfriend before I can get a male friend. Do you realize this thing? Do you know, guys, how hard it is to get girls, right? I can get girls, but I can't get a friend. So yeah, at least 40% of people have zero friends like me. So I am not an oddity. I'm not the crazy one. I think IRL friends are obsolete. You can make better connections online. Man. So it's normal for you to replace connections on. So you're the guy who tell me like, oh, IRL girlfriends are obsolete. Just buy a doll and use AI to communicate with the doll. Just buy a robotic girlfriend, because why would I need a real girl? I also think that Russian men in general can do better in dating than their looks. No, that's not the case at all. If that was the case, you wouldn't be in Bali, you would be in Russia, because the girls are significantly more attractive. Do you think only 6, 7 out of 10 can get success today? I think 6 is too low, to be honest, but I don't know what he answers. 6 and above generally can get a good relationship. I think it's 7. I'm a sub 7 believer. I thought I had friends until now. I mean, yes, maybe that's why people think they have friends. In reality, they don't. Like, if you put the good definition of what having a friend is, most people don't have friends. I paid bail for my friend. You're a good friend, okay? And again, I would be friends with you IRL because we can discuss BP together. That's a good common ground. Like, do you think I wouldn't, like, if you tell me like in the next message like, hey, I'm in Moscow, do you want to hang out? I will just turn off this live and then go have a bite to eat with you, okay? That's how much of need of friendship I am right now. Not right now, for the last 10 years. It sounds cliche, but you have like common interest, like luxuries, travel, credit card. You can bond. You can bond on that activity, like crypto trading. You talk to him when you're talking about crypto trading, but do you meet him for other activities? Would you watch a football game with a guy that you do this activity with? Because if it's just one activity, then I wouldn't say that you're a friend. We will be your friends now, guidance. I mean, it helps a little bit alleviate that need, but there is something, you know, one of the best ways. I'm gonna show it to you guys because I really think it's a good video. Like maybe if I find it, I will like CRP long through loneliness. Make friends with loneliness. Loneliness is temporary. The only cure, use your loneliness. A woman cannot cure loneliness. By the way, I recommend this video. A woman can't cure your loneliness. I recommend this so hard. I really, really wish you check this video because a woman cannot cure your loneliness. You need male friends, okay? And in this video, or I forgot which one, so I'm not gonna look for it. He talks about this story where he was in Alaska or something with a dog. He had like a female dog, so different gender, different species, and he heard an explosion and they both looked at each other. Do you know why they looked at each other, like this guy and the dog? They looked at each other to confirm that the voice was real, the sound was real, that they did not imagine it. So having a friend is a confirmation that you're not going crazy. Because if I hear a sound right now, I'm in my home, I am home alone. If I hear some crackling, I will have no way to know that if that's in my head that I got suddenly schizophrenic or the sound is actually happening. I need someone else to confirm the experience with, okay? So let's say you are getting B-pilled. What would you do if you do not have the videos of Rehab Room to confirm your beliefs? You would think that you're going crazy. You watch the video, you watch the BB video, and then you go down in the comments to read people who watch the video, to relate to them, to feel close to them, to feel that you have a connection with them, right? Maybe there is something also like having them physically close to you. Like, I'm not saying like I need to hug a friend. Like, I'd rather hug a girl, okay? At this point, okay, I'd rather hug a girl. I'd rather kiss a girl, and I definitely would rather have sex with a girl. That's not the point. But maybe being physically present, knowing that someone else got your back, maybe that is important, you know? And it has been like scientifically proven that oxytocin and all these things that get from getting real friends, it matters. It matters that you have live friends. Come on. Try going to church. What's the worst can happen? Jesus can be your friend and will never betray you. I mean, I will not be using religion to get friends. I'm sorry, but also I don't know how church works in Russia at all. GV, it sounds like you are pretty extroverted, which is cool. I sound like someone you would want to be friends with. I don't see the issue. Like, if I was something else and I saw myself, I would have wanted to be friends with me. Is that a bias everyone has? Let me check let me make a poll. Maybe I'm crazy. Would you be friends with yourself? This is a yes or no. Yourself. This is a yes or no poll. Easy. Would you be friends with yourself? If you met yourself, would you be friends with yourself? Mm-hmm. For those who aren't, no, wait, where did it go? Let me get it. Mm. Did I ruin the capture? Oh, yeah, let me get it back. For those who are not watching live, you can comment too whether you would be friends with yourself or not. If you see a poll, you can, because I later will read the comments and I will respond to you too. So you can always comment later. Mm-hmm. Do you think there is something of your personality that may dissuade your people from being your friends? I don't think so. You first of all, you can see my personality in my videos. You can be the judge of my personality, Mr. Prognogator's books. Also, my personality is good enough to be attractive with girls. Girls enjoy the conversations with me, and they want to be my friend during the relationship or whatever. So I don't think I'm repulsive as a human being. Savvy guy is my best friend. I don't know who that is, so I'm missing the joke. Surely. Go back to university. That might be your only solution. My friend, I have studied in the university 6 years to become a doctor and then 5 years to specialize in psychiatry. I went to university for 11 years and that didn't help. Trust me. You true. Most people don't learn until too late. Wouldn't it be amazing if church was full of young people being friends? If religion could get young people together and be friends, that would be something positive. That would be very nice. Someone that is interested in your life generally is a friend, you'll know it. Okay, no one is interested in my life. No one. No one will. Okay, let's say I don't go outside and I stay maybe like this, okay? My cousin is traveling right now, so I'm home alone, okay? If I die during live today, like you're looking at me, right? If I die like this, like Gyro's Vault is dead live, you can change the title, right? I'm dead. I will be here for years. But well, maybe the house owner will have to come see me why I haven't paid the last month, so it's gonna take a month. But let's say I put an automatic payment on my rent because the house owner doesn't come at all. Let's say I keep something to pay my rent, right? And I die. Maybe a girl I'm dating would come look for me after a while. Or not the thing with girls that if I disappear like that, she might think that I'm ghosting her, so she will not come look for me. So I might be here for years like this. This life will go on forever. That's how many people ask about my life. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty easy to make friends. Oh god, no. This will be like me telling a sub five, "Hey, it's pretty easy to get girlfriend." No, some things are hard in life. Okay. If you met that gym guy for a year or a couple of months, you would want to be friends by that point. Maybe you were moving too fast. That's why. Moving too fast? I don't know. Like you talk to the guy 5 times during the gym and 5 different opportunities, and then you're like, "Hey, you watch football, I watch football. Maybe we go to the stadium together." And he's like, ghosting you. Ah, I know you think I'm bullshitting here, but I've had access to Russian women my whole life, and I don't like light features. Not the subject. I mean, okay. Even Chad has problems. Guidance Vault is clear case. I don't think I'm a Chad, but even if I do like few surgeries and ascend to a Chad level, I will still not have real friends. Bro, going full schizo, trying to be friends with himself. I'm not trying to, but sometimes I have to. How do you feel about friends with coworkers? I have worked as a waiter and we socialized a lot during work, but then that's over. It's over there, then and there. Like we don't meet later. That's it. We finish our shift, we're tired of seeing each other, and then we leave. Also, when I worked as a waiter, most of them were younger than me. Like the girls were 18, 19, which was nice, but I was not making any friends. What kind of question is that? You mean, would you be friends with yourself? Yes, yes. So I think there is a bias. Like everyone thinks that they would make a good friend. So I don't know. Maybe I am biased by thinking that I'm good. If you wouldn't be friends with me, like if you look at me. Hey, I'm here, right now. I'm with you live. If you wouldn't be friends with me, tell me why. Tell me why you wouldn't be friends with me. And I'm now doing the gestures of Dr. K. Like, tell me why. Tell me why you wouldn't be friends with me. Nah, like friends. This is how Dr. K speaks, right? Tell me why you wouldn't be friends with me. Against all odds, welcome to the stream. Do you remember? He's a special guy. Look, he has an icon next to his name. The rest of you don't. To get that icon, you can join my channel. I'm very bad at advertising, okay? I mean, yeah, because usually to make friends with people that share the same interests with you, I think of it like this. I want to make friends with people that want to find interests with me, not that our interests happens to coincide, because that way, if the interesting thing we did together disappears for a reason, if you have guys friends football because you play football together and then you get injured and you cannot play football anymore, you lose that friend. So it was not actually friendship. You see how it works. CRP was an interesting dude. He was. I disagreed with him on a lot of things. He was like too much into prime men in 50 something. He was scooping a lot with money, but he had amazing ideas. I should learn from him how he makes his videos. He's very good with his. Did you make no friends in uni? The thing with uni is that I was, for the most part, blue pilled, and it ruined my relationship because I was naive maxing. And by the time I got BP red pilled, I was mad at the guys who were not nice to me since the beginning, and it got ruined, okay, by being killed. And then I changed cities, and it was like the bug, the thing, the where we were not allowed to go outside. And with moving cities, I lost everyone, and I had to start from zero again, and it was bad. I'm I'm interested in your life. Thank you. Your mom is interested in your life. I don't want to talk about that, but let me tell you something. The last 4 birthdays I had, I was just like alone. with only my sister like congratulating me on my birthday. That's it. One message from my sister. The only person who texted me for my birthday. Maybe that's your perception because your cousin checks up on your parents. Yeah, I'm being open with you guys. You can ask me if you look at me like this and say like I wouldn't be your friend. I want to know why. Because I solved the mystery of getting girls. I can get girls. So is is making friends harder than getting a girlfriend? Answer me later, guys, in the comments. Guys here, guys later, you can answer me. Is it harder to fucking make friends? Your family should be your friends, at least your brother or cousin. I have the cousin. We are fine. He's the only reason I'm not going crazy yet. Without him, I would actually go crazy. And I'm a psychiatrist. Keep that in mind. I mean, I think it should help with something, right? Prism, welcome to the stream. Being bepilled makes it generally hard to form any sort of exactly. It made me cut off ties with people who disrespected me in the past. How much do you think SMV matters when making friends? I think a lot, because people who have less SMV than you will be jealous of you. People who have more SMV than you wouldn't want to be seen with you. I think social climbing, like people wanting to be with people better than them, and you add to that the fact that people use social media to get some needs fulfilled. The combination of both, like social climbing, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about internet, social media. So this phone right here gets full of notifications, like from different apps, from whatever, and you have this pseudo experience when you think that you are socializing, but that's like masturbating to porn and not wanting to have sex right after. So this device here is the equivalent of porn in terms of friendship. I want to make friends with this guy, but he's sitting on his phone all day, checking out on random people, checking the lives of random people. And this guy right now doesn't want to be my friend because he has this social need that he's supposed to have, right? So, like, he has a social need and he's getting that need met from this device, from online connections. And now he does not feel the real need to connect with real people anymore, which is what I crave, okay? Most people grouped are similar SMV. I noticed that too. Okay, so there is more similarities in SMV in friend groups than in couples. So you see a couples and like the guy is a 7 and the girl is a 4, but when you see friends, suddenly everyone is in the same SMV range. I agree, he coped too much with money. He basically emphasized so much, which is wrong, completely wrong. I will talk about CRP. Maybe I should dedicate a whole life reacting to his best videos and his best takes. He had also good Patreon takes. You and one Chad Light, one Jester Max, and the rest are normies. Is this like your friend group, or what are you talking about? Ali Manis, welcome to the stream. Hi, Gairas. I just joined the live. Good to see you again. Are you serious? You got no friends? Is it by choice? No, I wish I had friends. I wish I had male friends. You can, later, I'm going to leave the live on. You can go back and watch me rant about it. I almost cried. My mom basically has a theory that people are spending their time on the screen because they're afraid to deal with real people, like the way they have more control over the world. I don't care what is the reason on why they do it, but once they start doing it, once they spend so many time on the screen, they feel less need of socializing. For example, if I was to invite you to eat something, but you were snacking the whole day, you wouldn't feel hungry. That's it. So if social media is like snacks, you don't want to eat dinner later if you overindulge in snacks. Okay. My mom is ridiculously smart, like 150 IQ and insanely well read. 150 IQ. I mean, good for her. Parents are not interested in our lives, but in the illusion they have of what their son are. Yes, and I really wanted to stop caring about that. Do you read? No, I don't even check because I don't read. But Jung, talking about friends, didn't Jung go crazy in the end? Didn't he like start talking to his demons or whatever? Is it that guy, right? Prism, right? I see more girls in friend groups. For men, it's the HNT and sub 6. Of course, it's because you can have a girlfriend for 2 weeks or 6 months. To me, a friend is someone you've been with five years. Even the guys that I've like been with 5 years, for example, like my closest friends from back home that I don't see on a regular basis because we are living in different countries, all of them got married, literally married, because like it's still like not as brutal as the West. So all of them got a looks matched girlfriend and they married her. And now, as a single bachelor at the age of 30, right, past my prime. Well, not yet at my prime according to Red Pillars, but past my prime. Like it's already over for me. GG Unk, right? Yeah, just go get friends. I mean, yeah, someone is telling me like this, like it's easy to make friends. No, it's not. I have tried for 10 years unsuccessfully. Uh, BP is just being genetic determinist. No, that's not the definition. Feathers Bartholomew hit the nail right on the head. With what? I forgot. Against all odds, I hide BB from everything. It's niche hobby. I mean, but it would be nice to have someone in real life that you could talk with that would understand what you're talking about. Trucker Joe D, welcome to the stream. I have a chat BP friend. It's refreshing to be with him. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying. It's way easier to get a GF than find a real friend as an adult. So there is a legitimacy to this. People are quite agreeing with this. Okay, I'm not crazy. Does code? How bad is it to meet someone IRL that have heard of the BP? Is the best way to. The thing with BP that even if you are BP, you wouldn't announce it to someone you just met. So probably I have talked to a guy who is BP, but we never dared to open up about it. You know, maybe we should have a hidden tattoo or something. Do gay people have like gay radar or something? Maybe we should have a BP red radar. You just go on the street and you have like under your eye, like we put a tattoo of a BP here or something. D. Sheen Strickland, welcome to the stream. In today's culture, people are told online that they have always to go for the best. Yes, so the social media is telling people to socially climb. Only be with people who can bring more to your life than you can bring to them. And once you start dealing with this way, like negotiating like this, like you have to be beneficial to me before I befriend you, we are into this reinforcing the social climbing aspect of it. Alim, I relate to the marriage stuff. My friends got married at 23. Yeah, exactly. Those are gone. Those can't be friends anymore with like a guy who's a bachelor. Yeah, you don't open up to BP. It's like politics. Yeah. I mean, that would be exactly like going to someone. Maybe in the US, they speak about politics a lot, but you don't go to someone and say like, "Hey, my name is this. What's your religion?" or something like this. That would be too much. But I'm talking about guys that I met organically in the gym or whatever, and we have established that we have so much in common, that we share so many activities together, that it would be fun to hang out together, and then we end up not hanging out together. At some point I feel, why do I have to carry the burden? Like I do that with girls already. I have to approach them, I have to be interesting to them, I have to look smack. Why do I have to worry so much about making a friend? I did not like it. But even if I swallowed my pride, I said like, okay, I have to do something to get friends, I still struggle. And by the way, I'm quite concerned that no one has answered my question of, would you be my friend? And if not, why wouldn't you not be? Are you trying to protect my feelings, guys? Fact, the true KHHHV stare says it all. I mean, you could help such a friend if you had a friend. I'm a pretty helpful guy, okay? In terms of, I know about dating more than anyone else I know. I don't think I have met anyone who understands dating, BP, all this, because there are people who are more knowledgeable in me in BP. Let's say rehab room, okay? But he does not have ERL experience with girls. And I see people who are more experimental with girls, but they lack the theoretical knowledge. I have a balance of actually being autistic enough to discuss the PP with you and outgoing enough to actually go and mass cold approach and whatever. Within this balance, I think I can be useful to a lot of people. Like a lot of people a lot of you actually seek my advice. I get DMs all. Oh, I lost my lighting. Just a second. I get DMs all the time of people asking me to rate them, to give them advice, to tell them how to respond to this girl and whatever. So a lot of people are asking for my advice. So you'd think that I would make a good friend. I would be like useful to people. Come on. Just a second, guys. I'm fixing the light. Okay, good. Mm-hmm. For fuck's sake, keeps falling. Let me just put it here. I'm sorry if that was noisy. Okay. You can tell if someone is BP. They don't have to say it. How? How? Do you have a BP radar, Maximus? Ah, that's how the stare. I mean, not every BP person is through cell HV. Come on, Prism. I'm not, and I'm still BP. You cannot say that I'm not. Even platonic relationships are LMS based. Yes, there is a big part of that. I mean, with friends, you have to initiate too, like invite them to something. I did, and it failed every time. But why wouldn't they invite me? Why no one is inviting me? If that's how it works, how come no one is inviting me? Okay. Someone I know brought up why none of my situations work up and I always leave. I was close to send him for our gems. I don't know anyone in real life who watches our videos, for example. Also, ERL, you gotta be pretty blue pilled if you want to be a part of social circles, which find some hard sometimes. You have to perform, like you have to act, you have to. There is this strategy where you would like be secretly making fun of them. So you say something that is sarcastic, but they don't see it as sarcastic because they're blue pilled, but you're actually making fun of them. That's a way to survive in this bullshit. This code. How useful do you how useful do you think improving your social circles for a normie in terms of finding a partner? I mean, she has to think that you have friends. You don't have to have friends, but she must not know that you are being disrespected by men. She needs to think that you are pretty social. This code useful for a normie, especially if you have platonic girlfriends. Oh, no, I don't want friends as girls. I'm talking about male friends, okay? No homo. 100% agree with you on the friendship stuff. It's not mutual, not friendship to me. I initiate a couple of times. Exactly. I have been trying. So, does code is correct. It has to be back and forth, but I try and I don't get anything in return. And I have to stop. Eventually, I have to stop. How many times do I have to invite someone before I stop inviting them? You and he meant like why those situationships don't translate into dating. They always flake on him. I know how to reduce the number of flaking. I know why flaking happens. I know how I should solve it. And since I'm not bad looking, there is a solution to that. But to getting friends, I'm yet to find a solution. Do I have to beg people to be my friends? That doesn't work. You know what's also annoying? You initiate all the plans, and the second you stop the contact end, that is your sign to actually stop the contact because you try, or like, if I never ask about you, you will never ask about me. Yeah, but then if the other guy thinks the same thing, do you see how it works? So you tell this guy, like, if you're never asking me out to do anything, I will never ask you out to do anything. But then he will say, if you don't ask me to do anything, then I will also stop asking you for doing anything. Like, how to get this thing rolling where you both don't care about this bullshit? Anis and Galalai, I thought you meant FBAW, but against all odds. Also, what do you need to do with some friends to break ice, like establish a special bond? If I knew, I would do it. I will tell you how to break ice with girls all day, but would you feel embarrassed if your old friends found your YouTube channel? I don't care anymore. I literally don't give a single F. Like, it's not like I have someone who matters to me that much that I want, like, that I will lose him. Then if you met, they're gonna be like, "Where have you been? Why didn't you text me?" Oh, the gaslighting. Where have you? Where are you? You don't ask. They attack you with this because they never thought about you at all. So Prism has a good point here. They attack you first because if you don't, they will take the blame. If someone comes to me and say like, "Oh, yeah, where you been? Why don't you ask at all? Why haven't you like texted me?" I'll be thinking like, because you don't text me. Why do I have to be the start of this? Am I of inferior value that I have to start with this? Okay, we accepted the social contract that women do not approach men and we have to do the first step. Okay, okay, okay. At least girls, if they're into you, they're responsive. But as a guy, since when did we decide that I'm the guy with the lower value that has to initiate the first 10 times before you respond? Who decided that? Am I like the bad friend and he's the attractive friend and I have to attract him? Is that like, I mean, I'm tired of dealing with that with the relationship with girls. I don't want to repeat the same thing with men. Man, it's hard to get a true social circle after middle high school. Listen, John, I don't know where you were in middle school or high school, but if you stayed in the same city, maybe you have hope because you can keep contacts if you try a little bit. But if you change countries or even cities after high school, GG, the end. You have no friends for the rest of your fucking life. Maybe I will make a friend as an old guy in some I don't know, in the future. It's social capital. They vouch for you. Girls have group think. That's why looks matter. I don't care about any group that have girls in it. We have one mother, two fathers, a 1 million relationship. Yes, they have to have sex with a girl who ovulated twice in a short period of time. That is possible, and 1 in a million is not that rare if you think about it. I think it's rarer than 1 in a million, but it happens. So they are twins with different fathers. Yes, that happens. Okay, maybe they will be friends. Who knows? Like when someone calls like, "Hey, your mom is a hoe," like, well, unless like she has been doing online content, no one can prove it. But with this guy, it's very easy to prove that she's a hoe. Yeah. Do you think making female friends in hope of potentially getting her to be your girlfriend is stupid? It is very stupid. Unless you friend zone her, but even that would be stupid. So if you are interested in a girl, the word friend should never come next to it unless it is friends with benefits. Because the benefits are the important part in that deal. Honestly, the only friends I still have are from school and coworkers. So if you change the country, if you happen to go to another country, do you realize how hard it's going to be for you against all odds? You will be against all odds. Nice one. Trucker, I've met through work and we met plans. So did it develop? And if it did, you will have to tell me your age because Trucker, if you are older than us who grew up with social media, then it would be different. Sheen, my parents moved when I was little. All of my friends are normies now, married with children. I'm the only one who's alone. Mm, I know this because I check social media. I'm in the same situation, bro. I check their social media. They're married. They ask me if they want to come, and I tell them that like, I'm not coming back home anytime soon. Jean Doe, if you have any money, if you don't have money or girls to offer, even males will want to hang with you. I mean, why would I need those people? Like, I don't have money right now. Okay, people have collectively donated $7 in the stream. Okay, and I'm gonna probably make $1 from like the ads or whatever. If I meet a guy who wouldn't be friends with me because of my lack of money, and then let's say, I don't know, I get subscribers, I get promoted, I finally break the stagnation of YouTube and get like tens of thousands of subscribers. Hopefully that happens for me. Please wish success for me. Then suddenly I have a lot of friends. I don't want any of them. Go fuck yourself, all of you. For fuck's sake. I destroyed my lightning again. I got too mad. I've met through work. Yeah, let me fix the light for a second, okay? We have a record of people watching today. This is nice. Mm-hmm. If, okay. Against all odds, yeah, would be fucked. Exactly. Change the country will end all social interactions you get. And then after living like that for a while, you will understand how important these social connections they were more important to you than you actually realized. You will like see that. Mhm. Are saying what kind of dude do you need that will only be friends with you if you can offer money? Exactly what I said. Like I wouldn't be friends with those people. Why you still surprised that people are shallow? You're like 30 now. I am 30, not like 30. I'm exactly 30. And the surprise is in the fact that I can get a girlfriend if I wanted. There are a lot of girls who would like let me that want to be my girlfriend, and I still can't get a friend, a single friend to do activities with, to go eat out with, to hang out. That's the surprising part. And I understand the reasons. It's not like I'm completely like in the blue. I don't understand what is happening. I understand, but you can still see my frustration. You can at least feel that I'm a little bit frustrated with it. By the way, don't forget to put likes for those who joined later. We are close to getting 30 concurrent viewers, which would be very, very nice. We have 27 right now currently watching. Thanks to all of you. Mhm. Against all odds, low key, I do wonder if I move to another country, let's say America, and I'm rich AF, would it be easy to make friends? You wouldn't want to lead with your wallet. Like, if we're telling you, like, to not lead with your wallet as in dating, why would you lead with your wallet with friends? That's even worse. At least when you're talking to girls, you're trying to get sex, but trying to buy someone's friendship, what are you guys are talking about? RR said life forces you to be introverted. I was the one who said it. I said it before him. You can check my videos about introverts and extroverts. I made two male gym friends past 2 years, considered them friends, hang out with them regularly. They just stopped to me out of nowhere. So weird, didn't even have a falling out. Exactly what I'm telling you. I don't understand how these things keep happening. Like, this is crazy. And John, what's your age? Because it really matters. If you are an old John, maybe that's even weirder, but do you see how hard it is? Yoon, against all business maxing. I mean, those people don't have friends, and it's understandable. Most of people want them for their money. They know it. So if they don't have old friends, they just don't make any friends. Maybe they have other ways to satisfy this social need, because we all agree that we have a social need. Like there is a need for being social. Ren, I'm out of the gym. How's it going? Going good. How was your workout? Did you have a good one? You are you that K-pop Max dude? I don't know who he is in real life. Do you have any close friends at all? Maybe friends in another country? In my country of origin, yes, I have people that if I go back home, I can hang out with. I have like one, two, three. There are 3 to 5 guys who would hang out with me if I go back home. But here in Russia, in 10 years, I haven't made any friends. And it's not because Russian people are extra cold. Maybe they are. If I was like in Spain or something, maybe I would have an easier time making friends. But the Russians are friends with each other. Like they don't mind having friends. But all the friendships that I see are happened because like in school, like a continuation from school. I never met a Russian person. Like if I go to the football club and I just ask any random guy, like, do you have friends in real life that you met after the age of 30 who was not like a co-worker? Most of them will say no. So I don't think it's because I'm foreigner or something. I don't think it's racism. I'm not gonna blame it on racism. Never tell anyone how much money you make. You make. I mean, yeah, leading with your money is stupid in all cases. Okay, and if I ever become rich, it is basically to cover my needs. Like I just want to. I don't want to work a regular job anymore. I want to make videos. So yeah, support the channel with any way you can. But if it ever managed to be like successful, I wouldn't use that money to neither buy girls nor buy friends. I will use money to get a better microphone, to get the better food, to go to the better gym, right? To go to the prime gym. Maybe there I will meet friends. Maybe I'm going to the cheap gym and that's a bad idea. But I will use the friends to get a. I will use the money to get a more comfortable life with me, not try to get money. No, not try to get friends with that money. Adult friendships are transactional. I mean, yeah, they kind of like if you're not adding anything to my life, why would I waste my time on you? So they're trying to socially climb on your back. That's the deal. That's the conclusion. Apparently, you want to ask worth it to visit SK South Korea. Hmm. If I was ever going to go to an Asian country, I think it's Japan. It's gotta be Japan. I love Japan. Hmm. If you got rich, you could get a Russian baddie. I don't need a Russian baddie who wouldn't be with me. I said it with a Russian accent. A Russian baddie. I don't want a Russian baddie to be with me if money is her only reason to be with me. I wouldn't want her. I would bang her, but I wouldn't give her money for it. Against all odds, yes, if you like the culture and if you want to hook up, think South Korea has a hookup culture. I didn't know. Explains the low birth rate, probably. Bro, top three things you do if you won the lotto. I will buy a motorcycle, sports motorcycle, on which that I will do a tour in Europe. So I will take it. I will take a good motorcycle, and I'm gonna like take 2 summers or whatever, just roaming in Europe, discovering cities, like backpacking. That will be one thing I will do. I will try to own several residences in different countries, like a house in Tunisia, in the capital, in my hometown, a house in Moscow. Like I will try like to get places to go to. Even though like I would love living in hotels, I will still love owning land, like having a place that where I go to, no one can tell me anything. That would be great. And I third thing is I will set up my life so I wouldn't have to be needing to work anymore unless it's something I enjoy. So I will upgrade my channel. I will like buy advertisers. I will pay people to promote me, whatever, just become famous on YouTube so I can keep doing this. So I can keep making videos, doing lives, and making money through lives. So because like I wouldn't just spend the money, I need to reinvest it in a way that will make my life comfortable. I'm sorry for the boring response. I'm just being reasonable. I answered you seriously because I could also answer not seriously, right? I made a lot of friends in 2023. Yeah, but how old were you? Maybe you were still in school. Talk to me 5 years later after school. Against, are you white? Yeah, in Asia, yeah. Becoming financially free, work optional is very important. I mean, I'm trying to do this. You can support the channel by any gifts or joining the membership, Mr. R. Yoon, if you like my content, of course, this is not mandatory. If you like my content and you want to support, I will appreciate it for sure. Against Yoon, I made people more easily in Costa Rica than my home in USA. People there were more open making friends. Maybe that's the case. Okay, this is genuinely good advice. Like Geomax for friendships, maybe it is true. Maybe the fact that culturally some places make more friends than others. I love those places where people can just hang out, like share food with each other. Like this is my food, eat it. Do you cook something special? Maybe I can come over next time and we can cook this thing together. I would love to have such friendships, but right now where I am, they're impossible to have. People who geomax to South Korea said it's worse than the West. Oh, I don't know if there's anything worse than the West, but okay. Sports motorcycle is not expensive. You can literally do that now, I bet. Bro, I finished my studies few months ago and I'm making videos on YouTube. I don't have any money right now. The chance of you making friends after high school is chance of clavicular bagging. uh, Clavicular is just pushing girls away. I talked about that enough, I think. When girls you're hanging out with find out you don't have a lot of friends, they don't. Why would I tell them that? I'm smarter than that, Mr. John. How do they react? Is it a turn off? I wonder sometimes, even if I get a girl. No, they don't know that I don't have friends, okay? I will never let them know that. That's like me telling them that I don't have a job or like that I make videos on YouTube that barely 1,000 people watch. I don't like John, who told you that you have to be honest and truthful when you have to present the best image you can, and if that involves giving not accurate information about yourself, I think you must do it. That's your equivalent of her wearing makeup, right? Against all odds now, they can tell for sure. Mm, I mean, yeah, not maxing, just trying to see the culture, cities, and food. It is always interesting to travel, but let's face it, if there is a geomax aspect to it, why not? They don't speak English, that's a problem. That's a prerequisite for geomaxing. Like, either you're fully committed to learn a language, or how to join the channel as a membership. You see, I'm gonna show you like here. For example, like this is my channel, right? If I go see my channel, view your channel, this is Guidance Vault, and you can see that there's this membership part. You can do it on your phone or you can do it in like the computer, and there's like these videos that are for members only. So you go like to videos, like let's say you click on a video that is for members only. By the way, the last two videos of members only, they're pretty nice. I'm proud of them. So you click on this video to watch it, and since it's members only, I think it will ask you to subscribe or whatever to be able to watch them. That's how you become a member. You can check it out later. That will be good for me. I will be very thankful. Tunisia or Russia? I am from Tunisia and I live in Russia. So yeah, you can make friends with Brazilians and Filipinos pretty easy. Okay, so this is an interesting angle. So you guys are saying that there are places that having friends in those places would be easier than other than other places. So Brazil, like warm countries, or I don't know what makes them especially friendly, but some places are better than others. Maybe it's SMB. I don't know. Like, we know that geomaxing is a thing. Like, there are SMV, like there are sexual markets that are easier than other sexual markets. So you're saying that it is the same with friendship. Korean man are just mailing every Asian except Korean. Do Asians geomax to other Asian places? I don't know. I don't know about this. I lived in Korea for a couple of years, had a few things, but less than usual. I thought their food culture was amazing. I put it over Tokyo for foodies. I want to go to Japan for other things other than like girls and life, because I love the culture. I watch so many stuff that is from Japan and I'm interested in that. That boring guy video looks interested. What was the take on lifestyle? What video are you talking about? Ah, boring guy video. Yeah, I remember now. This is a members only video. Well, I talked about how the fact that girls have their lives up, 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 up all the time. As a regular guy, you're just a boring guy. You do not add a lot to their life, and I dive deeper into that video. Mm-hmm. Yes, bro, they're geomaxing hard. I didn't know about it. I thought like Asians just stick to their countries. I don't know why I thought that, but I had no information. Bro, what's the highest lifts you would wear? I think ordering 3-inch boots. No, but don't get more than 3 inches. Like 3 inches, maybe. No, 3 inches is a lot. Get like 1.5, 2 inches, because you will be walking on them. You can, like, if you step wrong, you're gonna twist your ankle. You cannot run in them. They're uncomfortable and they hit your lower back. So only wear them if you have like dates, job interviews, or whatever. They're not like you just slip them in the shoe and it doesn't matter. No, long term they do damage to your back. I think you would like Latin America. I love Mexican food, by the way. That's my best cuisine. I really love Mexican, spicy, guacamole, all that things, tacos. So, um, Jerome, you ever smashed a coworker? I don't go in such details on lives, come on. But welcome to the stream anyway. Do you believe in fate? You have no significant control? Like predestination that we cannot influence anything? No, I think you make choices in life, but whatever, like your genetics are determined, like you did not choose them, but then once you have the cards, you deal with them the way you want. Short King's trying to walk. Yep. I pulled out like the couple of articles about men not being able to have friends, like men have no friends and women bear the burden, like toxic masculinity and the persistent idea that feelings are a female thing has left a generation of straight men stranded on emotionally stunned islands, unable to forge intimate relationships with other men. It's women who are paying the price. So men have no friends, and it's the women who are suffering. Just like in the title, like usually they give you a leeway, right? Like usually usually they start like with talking about male problems, and down the middle they turn it into a male female thing. This one is like right in the title by Melanie Hamlet. So men are suffering because of this, but it's women who are actually suffering. Do you want me to read this article or the other article about like uh, Jesus' greatest miracle was having 12 friends at the age of 33? Yeah, he was not living in social media era. I mean, let me see what you guys want me to do. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a poll, see if you guys want me to read it or not. Mm-hmm. How tall are you, Short Kings? But what age do you think is over in terms of finding a girlfriend? I mean, it's a looks thing. It's not like age thing. If you end up somehow looking better at 30 than looking at 20, who am I to tell you that it is over? But then most men don't. So most men can get oofy doofy relationship, but most men don't want that. And Chads are geomaxing. I'm seeing them live in Chandu, Bali, and a lot of them have very successful business. Listen, R, if I make it on YouTube, if one day you see me like reach 10,000 subs with like few members who joined, who contribute, who stuff, I will be going to Bali to test it myself right away. I will be in Bali and similar countries. I will go to Japan. I will go to avoid Europe because it's full of tall people. I don't want to go to a place where I'm like the average height. I will go to I will try everything. It's just too early for me right now. I spent all of my 20s studying. I regret it deeply, but hopefully I can make it up for it later in my 30s. I forgot to mention something that female friends I told you about gets hundreds of dudes simping. Oh, of course. Like, I don't doubt that. I trust it. I have held girls' phones and Tinder messages. One time, like I got like a girl's phone to order some pizza. It took me like 2 minutes, and by that time, like 40 guys texted her what she's doing. I'm like, how do you keep up? Like, if I text like more than five girls, I'm already confused. Mhm. John, bro, what do you do then if you don't have friends and what you're not there? I was studying. I was like finishing studies. I worked as a waiter. I stopped working as a waiter. I finished my studies. So right now I go to the gym, play football, and do YouTube videos. So I'm really hoping this YouTube thing works for me. So if you like the videos, I don't know, subscribe, whatever. It helps me. Did you ever spend time in luxury gyms? I can't afford a luxury gym. Like I can go there like to do a 1 day trial for free, but then I don't have the money to pay for it. I go to the cheapest gym available in my city. Mexico City is very walkable, incredible food culture. I would want to try it too. But after I try the Southeast Asia thing, like I want to go to Thailand, Philippines before. The amount of free attention and simping mid female gate makes mad. I mean, it's crazy. Would you dye your hair? I already dyed my hair, but like into like a brownish reddish color, so I have no problems with dyeing my hair. And if they were becoming gray prematurely, if that makes me look better, I will keep it because maybe there's a charm to it, right? But if it makes me look older and not attractive, I will definitely have no problem. I have no problems fixing myself. I'm not a clavicular level of fixing myself, but I wouldn't mind. How tall are you, Guidance Vault? I'm 6'2". On Tinder, I put 6'3", but I'm 6'2". Mm. Chad are very rare IRL. I mean, it depends on the country. Where I am right now, it's full of Chads. It's crazy. Mm, maybe usually if someone is like 6'5" and under the Chad. I mean, listen. At that point, it wouldn't really make. What were your studies in? In medicine. I'm a medical doctor, but for the time being, I'm trying this YouTube thing, and I don't want to work a regular job. Hmm. Okay, so many ethnics in Toronto, so the competition is low. It doesn't matter because they're not even playing. So you compare yourself with the guys who are actually playing. In Romania, I'm also pretty low, no chance, and almost the tallest guy anywhere. I like enjoy it. Philippus Maximus, nah, Western women will get even more simps in Thailand. Yeah, I don't think those need to travel anywhere. How much do you bench, squat, deadlift? I don't power lift, so I can lift like decent weights for like long, for like sets of 12. Like I can do 3 sets of 12 of like heavy weight compared to other people, but their one lift, like their one rep max will be stronger than me because I don't practice one rep maxes because of how injury prone I am. Like I will get injured and I don't want that. So I use lighter weights for more reps, controlled and everything. So my numbers are not impressive at all. Mm. I'm 30. My white hair genes are awful. Have a decent amount of white. I mean, why are you afraid of dying? Like that's not something complicated. Mhm. How useful Tinder is for normies, for normie women finding a boyfriend. Normie women don't need to do anything. Met Chico Lakowski in France once. Yeah, let me just read a bit. Let's see if it's funny. Can't remember the exact moment she became her boyfriend's one and only. What would I do without you? But she does remember neglecting her own needs to the point of hospitalization. Okay. Unlike women who are encouraged to foster deep platonic intimacy from a young age, American men with their puffed up chest, fist pumps, and awkward side hugs grow up believing that you can see that it's written by a woman. They should not behave like stoic robots in front of other men, but that women only are allowed to turn emotional support if anyone at all. I don't think it's any social programming at all. Come on. Also, saying that women are superior, like they spend money on therapy or whatever. Like this article is too stupid. I don't know. Men drain the emotional life out of women. By the way, I try to do this because I don't have friends and I have a girlfriend. I try not to make her my friend. I'm conscious of this. I know that she will never replace friendship, and I don't want to, because if I befriend her, she will lose attraction to me. I'm gonna say it unironically, but I might lose my frame if I ever try to get this girl to be my friend, and I don't want to waste my frame on like befriending her. Like, getting her to disrespect me. Now we have to deal like, nah, fuck that shit. Men don't usually put the effort into maintaining friendships once they're married. I don't think it's once they're married. I think men don't put effort in maintaining friendships. That's it. The end of the sentence. 5% of men. Let's see. This is not a mental health issue. Like, or I don't like this article, guys. Let's give this one a chance. Hmm. Women virtue signal even in articles. Yeah, especially in articles. A lot of YouTubers have made a career just reading those. Have you met Rehab Room IRL? No one has. He's a virtual artificial intelligence. He does not exist in real life. How much do psychiatrists earn where you at? I'm not interested in the salary. I know that like if you work at a hospital, it would be like quite low. If you get like your own basis of clients, like after 5 years, you might get better money. But like compared to US, like it's still peanuts. Okay, all I need like from YouTube is to make me $1,000, and I will be living comfortably here. If I needed to make such money as a psychiatrist, I will have to work like from 8 to like the full shift, 5 days a week, or like even more, and night shifts to get that amount. While I could make videos, I don't know if you don't want me to make videos, just say it to my face. But if I get like $1,000 monthly from YouTube, I will be happy. So far, I'm making like I don't know, like some $30 a month or something. But today, this was a good stream for me, actually. Two people have donated. I have almost like, I have $7 in donations, which is very nice. I am thankful for Nicholas Bounds and Quickens, the two guys who donated. They are carrying you guys. They are carrying you. So thanks to them. But yeah. How do you have a girlfriend and she doesn't know you have friends? Eventually she's obviously gonna find out. I don't hang with them that much, so the girls I see them for a limited time of, or like I don't like spend the whole evening with them, and that's on purpose, let's say. The beauty standards have are from classic morons. That's why. mm, Changing one person's opinions is years of work. Oh, it could take one day if they're open-minded and trying to learn the truth, but it could be in most cases just impossible. Off topic, but is having not having money affecting you guys? I mean, listen, honestly, life is looks gated, but if I had more money, let's say I would use it to improve my looks. So that would be a good improve to my life directly. Imagine guidance telling his patients that it is over. That is the main reason I don't want to work, because I'm not allowed to tell them that it is over, and I want to look at you guys and tell you that it is over. That's how I get pleasure in life. Like to look at a sub 5 and I tell him, brother, it never began. That's what turns me on. I'm joking, of course. Uh, what if you get your GF to introduce you to her orbiters? I don't respect orbiters. So you want me to be friends with guys I don't even respect? Mm, okay. Believing you can change the world is blue pill cope. At this point, yeah, yeah, it is like just useless to try. But what I'm doing right now, like talking to men, if I can change the life of like one or two guys and make them either accept the truth or try to improve their life, I will be extremely happy. It will be a W. So at least there's that. Like how it works is like we leave the content online and hopefully some people get the use of it. So yeah. Again, when I lived in Hawaii, I spent more than 90% of when I lived in Australia. I was equally happy because like past a threshold of like keeping yourself like alive and comfortable, it doesn't matter because your looks are going to make you either happy or sad. It's your looks and your capacity to be happy because someone as clavicular, he could look as good as he wants, he will never be happy. Like it's like he decided. There is like this theory that tell like if you're not happy with a cup of coffee, you will never be happy on a yacht, like with whatever. And I totally believe in that. I think like if you cannot be in a normal, I'm not saying bad situation. Okay, if you're happy in a bad situation, okay, maybe you're a little bit delusional. But if everything is going fine in your life and you can't find happiness, not like doubling your income or like making your house bigger or whatever will not make you happier. But changing countries can make you happier because it changes a lot of things. Broke ass college student here, but I'm happy with my life and GF. Good for you. Good for you, man. I'd be in prison if I didn't have money. Most of us will have to go there because otherwise you'll be living on the street. No one is owning a house anymore. Let's face it. Mm, yeah, I mean, Ewan, how do you imagine it? Like, dear patient, I have done I have done all the tests, and here I have the results. It's over. Okay, $100, please. Is that how you're imagining it? Yeah, having it, but let's say you would be in survival mode money. Would it affect you negatively? Thank God I was never being so bad. Like I was never down so bad because like my father allowed me to study and stuff like this. But of course, it would be bad to not be able to afford like normal stuff. I only read research articles. I mean, they're just fun, like the way they go. But then if you're in a bad mood, they might like rage you a little bit. Like they have a lot of rage baiting like potential. These articles and whatnot. 27 people again. Good, good. You can, for those who just joined, you can like the live so it gets more people even. If you're comparing gym and religion, I'm gonna pick religion because if you can internally be content in life, you would need less. So you can have all the money in the world. If you are a person who is unhappy, you will not be happy. But if you're religious and you believe in it deeply, then you will be satisfied. Like even if things are bad happening to you, you can still find happiness in it. So yeah, my name is Gaida. I have seen heaps of women with skinny tall guys. Muscles are overrated. They are. For those who masculine gaze cope. I agree, muscle is cool. I mean, it's all about lean is law. Mm, yep. Let me try reading the article. I've struggled to keep in contact with my friends for a while now because he was struggling and they were not. Because if they were struggling the same, he will be not struggling. Because like he struggles, if the other person struggles, then they both meet each other halfway and they don't struggle anymore. Just a second, guys. I'm gonna grab a bag of jerky. Uh, hmm, So I'm back. We have 30 concurrent viewers. That's nice. Put likes, the guys who just joined. I'm gonna eat my chicken manga chili flavored jerky. I don't know how it could be any good. Like, who would put mango and chili on jerky? That's weird. 30y.old? Me? I wish. Jerka roast. I don't know. I don't know who's that. Men keep having less friends over time. That's true. It's a combination of laziness, busyness, and social anxiety. Social feed gives you all you need to know about your friends. I talked about this. Mm. Everyone keeps saying how busy they are, but then if you observe your life, no one is busy. It's easier to stay home. Yes, it's easier to stay home and scroll on your phone and numb all your social cues, and now you don't need to go out anymore. Men don't own their social network. They rely on school, work, romantic partners. Okay, this article is not cope. This article is actually right, so I like this. To make friends because it's there's no effort on their parts. So maybe that's why. Maybe because all of them have never made any effort to make friends, so they haven't developed this trying to make friends. So the guys that I meet, the only friends they have are the friends they made like in school, and they never made anyone after, and they don't know how. I made friends in college. Once I graduated, 99% of them were gone. 90, exactly, exactly, because you guys are telling me like co-workers and stuff, but if you stop working there, you realize that they were never your friends. Like, it's not like they were a friend in college and then they were gone, because if they are gone, they were never your friends in the first place. You thought that they were your friends, but them gone, if you do not keep contact, means that they were not. Do you agree with me on this? Loneliness got so bad, I started drinking. I'm glad that I don't drink, because I would be drinking if I was, the only thing that I did wrong in life is that I bet on sports because of how lonely I am, and I regretted it. I don't do it anymore, thank God. But it's worse than alcohol. Even though I never drunk, I don't know, but it contributes into making you lonely. Like betting on sports, it's crazy. Really bad, guys. Don't do it. Also, on my YouTube channel, like on when I pick the ads that I show on my videos, I have removed the ads for drinking and the ads for alcohol, because I don't want to promote those things. So, uh, like when you watch my videos with the ads, you will never see ads of gambling or alcohol, even though those bring me more money, essentially because I don't want to promote these things. Can you share the link to? Can you share the link to this article? Yes, I will. Just a second. Hmm. I did the Asmon Gold thing when he copies it a lot of times, because a lot of people are pasting. And then I realized that I don't have to do it so many times. I don't have a lot of people commenting. This is the first time I'm doing this. Yoon, how do you cope with loneliness? By making videos on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, guys. Men can't admit they're lonely, so the solution is suicide. Okay, this took this took a dark turn, but I admit that I'm lonely. Men are conditioned to act as lone wolves since childhood. No, I was trying to be social. Toxic masculinity is not easy to spot. I hate this term. Masculinity is not in us, it's between us. When you guys are together, the average brain drops of that 5 years old. All it matters is to be funny. I don't know. I would call this being a normie, and I hate it. I want smart friends. I want to be smart with my friends. I want to have deep conversations as the same that we are having right now with each other. You guys with me. Men learn to become emotionless unless it's violence. Is this written by a woman again? Because this used to be okay. Look how it starts. Men and women are born the same way. So this guy is already wrong. We are not. We are not born the same way. Okay, this is bullshit. Men take advantage of women. It started good and accurate, and it turned blue pill. In midway, it swallowed the blue pill. What should men do? You have to take the first step, and the second step, and the third step, and the fourth step. When will the other person take a step? Okay, when will the guy I wanted to be friends with be my friend? It want to be my friend. I had high hopes at the start. So, bro, my last job, there was this hot Russian girl I used to talk to a lot, like 3 hours on Zoom. I mean, you talk to girls a lot. I don't do that at all. Um, was thinking of asking her out. She says that she DM 6'2" Italian models. Of course, I have. I mean, you didn't even need to tell me that information. What I noticed on Discord servers is the same five guys chatting, and the other 109 members just join in. Most guys don't even do the effort because they do not analyze their lives correctly. Like they don't know what's affecting them negatively. Like they don't know if you ask him if he has a problem, he will think that he doesn't. Well, he does. Maya in Philippines left her older husband. I don't know who that is. Never lead with money. I mean, I know that advice, even though I never had money to lead with. I never wanted to do anything with guys who are interested in me and my money. 1K USD. Is this a gift? That's not how you do it. You don't just write a sum of money and I receive it. You must go through this button in the chat, show support for Guidance Vault. But if you send me $1,000, that would be too much money. I can't accept that sum unless you can afford it. Against all odds, yeah. If poor women is with you with money, she can get her own money. I mean, you see, I'm at this stage where if a girl with me is with me because of my money, I will feel it and I will not be comfortable with her at all. So I just know it. Okay, my lowest when I needed God, there have been left, but I realized that I was, of course, rebirth. Is there a video you guys want me to react to? Like, mhm. Is this the video where he talks about the dog story? I love this video, by the way. If it is this one,
And those walks for me were.
let me just put on my earpieces.
were some of the most productive times of my day. I'd go around the block. It opens all kinds of not having other people in your life with which to share your experiences. It's a very simple definition, and it comes from an incident that happened to me with my dog.
Okay, so this is the video. I'm gonna watch it.
Okay, let's start with a simple question. What is loneliness? Like all great questions, it's simple. It's simple and yet profound, because it opens all kinds of avenues so far as the definition is concerned. Now, what I think is loneliness is the feeling of emptiness, of not having other people in your life with which to share your experiences.
Do you agree with his definition? Loneliness is about not having the emptiness of not having people that you can share your experience with. Is that how you would define loneliness? Bro, you're also like me when it feels like you were 20 yesterday, then you blinked and all of a sudden you're 30. I mean, I had decent 20s. I'm not gonna complain that much. But, Poisson, have you considered going live with Draythan? First of all, I already have done a live with Draythan, but I'm not gonna do it on his Discord because when I was watching his live, a lot of people are talking about the same, like at the same time, and I don't want that. Like when I did a live, it was like with Rehab Room and Draythan. It was a good live. I have a segment of it on my channel. You can check that out later, but I don't like the lives that he does on his channel because it's from his Discord and everyone is talking at the same time. I could not even enjoy listening to it, so I don't want to participate in it. But if I invite Draythan on my channel to have one-on-one live, that would be, I'm up for that. Not bad of a definition. Yeah, I mean, he has good takes. When he's not coping with money, he has good takes.
It's a very simple definition, and it comes from an incident that happened to me with my dog, Claire. Claire was a mutt, and I miss her greatly. I had her, she died when she was 15 years old, and I had her since she was a 9-week-old puppy. And she was a wonderful dog. And
by the way, tell me, is my voice with the video are like quite same? Like, is the video too loud or not? Please let me know if you want me to fix this. I can fix it right away. How is my voice and how is the video going? Okay. What's Draythan's channel? It's with a lot of Y's, so it's DRAYYY Than. I can link it for you if you want because I'm subscribed to him. So this is his channel. You can go subscribe. He's a fellow colleague. Go subscribe to his channel if you haven't. Okay, let me. R says never chat with girls online for more than. Of course, yeah. You should always be talking about meeting, not like just chatting online.
During the time that she was in my life, I would, of course, walk her. I would walk her every day, multiple times per day. And those walks for me were some of the most productive times of my day. I'd go around the block, you know, we walk usually about 8 blocks, 10 blocks, something like that, with the dog, and the dog would, you know, walk around, smell stuff, do her business, and what have you. And we'd walk together, and I remember one time, more than once it happened, as a matter of fact, that I was walking with her, and a passing car, you know, would backfire, or some incident would happen on the street, you know, some surprising incident, you know, something like, pow. And because of this, we would both glance at one another. We'd glance at one another like, holy shit, did you see that? And that was a thing that was really powerful. You know, the dog and I, different species, different sexes, right? We'd react to this external stimuli and we'd look at one another to confirm if we had both heard it, that it wasn't just our imaginations, right? The dog and I would do the exact same thing, and it happened a bunch of times. You know, we'd be startled by the noise or the event or what happened.
You see the interesting point of view that he's bringing up here is that something happened and both him and the dog looked at each other at the same time to confirm. Like, that is the thing. Like, I have ideas, I have insight, And then I look around and there is no one to share them with. Because the girls I'm dating, let's face it, they are not smart enough to understand what is this, and they're like too emotional to handle like dark truths like this. Do you think I would be talking about loneliness with a girl? No. But now I'm talking about the same subject with you guys. And I gotta get some food. I mean, we are still here. You can come back. We will still be here. How are you guys doing? Good. Like, how's the life? Are you having fun or? Yep. Let's continue.
Have you? And we would quickly glance at one another. And it wasn't glancing at the dog to see if the dog was okay. I knew that the dog was okay. It was like to confirm reality, to confirm that it wasn't just me. Dogs are social animals. People are social animals. We need other people to confirm the reality around us. Okay? And so when you feel lonely, what it is that you...
Welcome, M2, to the stream. You joined late, but I will leave it on, so you can go back later if you're interested. And in this video, he's talking about loneliness, and I really like that he started with this story with the dog, because I agree with him that it is a need that is so deep in us, in our biology, that we share it with dogs. Like, maybe I should get a dog, maybe getting a dog will solve my problem. Disagrees. He says loneliness is just like sadness. You can snap out of that feeling immediately and not feeling for the rest of the day. Oh, no, bro. Like, this is not like some switch thing. If I've been feeling lonely for years, I cannot just snap out of it. You do it like once or twice if it's like an off event and then you go back with your friends or something. But if I have been lonely for years and years and years, it's just hard, it's not easy to say like, okay, today I'm not sad. Yeah, that won't hold me for the rest of the day. I'm being honest with you.
You don't have anyone around who can confirm the reality that's going on around you, the stimuli that you are experiencing. When you're alone, when you're lonely, you don't have any kind of feeling of companionship as you drift through existence. And that's what makes you feel so shitty. You see what I mean? Now, of course, this is a shitty feeling and you want to cure it, right? So a lot of people think that in order to cure this feeling of loneliness, what they have to do is surround themselves with people. They surround themselves with people and they'll feel that they're no longer lonely, right? Wrong.
So he's talking about normie friends, like you cannot surround yourself with normie friends. Yeah, I mean, it's not a number issue, because I'd rather have like one or two friends who are great rather than having like too many normie friends. Okay, the dog is good, but it won't solve everything. Plus, their huge commitment. Exactly. I can't afford to get a dog right now. Like, I wouldn't be taking good care of him. I love dogs, but I just can't afford one right now. But maybe in the future it will become possible. And I don't need the dog to solve all my problems. But if I have a girl that I'm dating and a dog that lives with me and a friend that I meet once a week, my life will significantly be better. Okay. And I think you agree.
That's a fucking disaster, as a matter of fact. To surround yourself with people, but you have no connection to them. There's nothing going on there. I mean, like...
You said that introverts, for the most part, don't need to share their day with other people. I mean, I don't believe that introverts exist, okay? So, do with that information what you want. See how we come back to money, dog? Yeah, but dog is not a necessity. Like, if I had the money to afford having a dog, I would do it. But it's not a money problem because you're not obliged to have a dog. Though, you could argue that I really need one.
you go to a supermarket, say a crowded supermarket or a crowded mall or what have you, and it's filled with people, right? It's filled with people, but you can feel just as lonely, sometimes even more lonely, because there are people around you, but you have no shared experience. You're not looking at one another's eyes, like I did with the dog, to confirm the experience.
True, true. Like surrounding yourself with random people that you do not engage with will make you feel worse than being alone. Because when you're being alone, you say like, okay, there are no people I can connect with, right? But if you are surrounded by people and you cannot communicate with them, that will be worse, actually.
Experience the reality that's going on around you, right? Of course, you're in a crowded square or a crowded mall or crowded store, what have you, and everybody's interested in different things and they're all going about their various businesses in different directions. There's no connection. There's no connection at all. But what happens at a theater? A theater, be it plays or cinema. You go to the theater and there are a bunch of other people, a bunch of other strangers. And they're all there to see the performance or the movie that's going to play, right? And you sit there with all of these strangers, but all of you are focused in the same direction. You're all focused in the same direction. And as the play begins, as the movie begins, you start feeling the same emotions, right? You start feeling the same thing. You know, there's surprise, there's revelations, there's romance, there's tension, this, that, the other. Whatever emotions are being portrayed in the play or in the movie, you all feel it. And that's why so many times when you feel lonely, you go to the movies. Yeah, you go.
Going to the movies alone? I honestly don't see that as a solution. Like, I can't agree with it. Like, if I'm feeling alone, like, well, of course, like, I can feel extra alone at some times. If, like, I have a, exacerbation and I feel extra alone one day, will going to the movies alone make me feel better? Seeing all these chads settling down for top 5 girls. I mean, why would I do that? This is bad advice. Like, okay, I don't agree with this take at all.
Go to the movies and you surround yourself with other people who are experiencing the same thing, and you don't feel so lonely anymore now, do you? This is a key insight, okay? And it took me a long time to figure this out. The cure for loneliness is to become associated with other people in some endeavor that takes up all of your attention. Just like when you go to the movies. You go to the movies and you're there in a crowd of a couple hundred people and you're all experiencing the same thing, but of course it's a fiction, it's just a movie, right? In order to cure your loneliness, you have to join a project or lead a project or be a part of a project somehow that involves a lot of people all going towards the same mountaintop. You have to find your mountaintop, the thing that you desire, the project. Maybe it's a business, maybe it's a work of art of your own, maybe it's whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't matter what it is. But it has to be a mountaintop that you are aiming for and that you are focusing all of your attention on. You find that thing.
Do you guys agree with this take? Like, do you really think just trying to find, I don't know. Like, the guy is interesting, but I really don't want to agree with this take, because going to the movies alone to not feel lonely, even like the idea itself that you ended up going to the movies alone is gonna haunt you. Like, the idea itself is negative. You have to deal with that idea.
And your loneliness vanishes. See, because when you go after a project, a hard project, something that's at once attainable, but just beyond your current abilities, I mean, just a little bit beyond your grasp, right? What starts to happen is that you start to draw on reservoirs that you didn't even know you had. Oh yeah. You start to draw on strengths that you didn't even know existed within you as you strive towards this goal. And as you focus your attention on this goal, whatsoever it may be, you focus your attention on this goal, striving towards it, striving to make it happen. And you're drawing on all of your strengths to make it happen. And what happens is that you no longer feel lonely as you focus on this thing. And not only that, as you focus towards this thing and go towards it, striving towards your Everest, whatsoever that Everest may be, other people join you. Sometimes they join you for a little bit of the way, sometimes they join you from beginning to end. It doesn't matter. But what happens is, as you strive towards this goal, this thing that you want, the thing that hopefully is something decent and noble and good, as you strive towards it, other people...
About being noble and good, I really think it is easier to connect with people if you're doing a bad thing rather than doing a good thing together. For example, like trying to find guys to do a project that is beneficial will be 100 times harder than finding drinking buddies and gambling buddies and graffiti ruining city buddies. I don't know. Like finding a bad company to share a bad thing with them seems to be significantly more easier than finding a decent group of people with which you want to do something positive. So let's say you were capable of finding people with common interests and strive towards something together. The fact of it being good would be even more rare.
Join you. And as they join you, they confirm the reality of what you're doing. They make you feel that you are not experiencing this reality all on your own. Oh, no, no, no. You're part of other people, and you're going towards something. You know how you can feel lonely playing video games? You know how you can feel so lonely jerking off or doing something purely selfish?
How did he know? How did he know that I feel lonely jerking off?
Because there's nobody around to experience it with. Yeah, that's the thing.
I think it would be quite weird. It would be quite weird if there is someone around to share the feeling with me, right? I mean, guys, do you want to gather in a room together? I'm not gonna continue with this joke, okay?
Hey, it's not that, like, for instance, having actual sex with a woman is so much better than jerking off. No, that's not it. Although there's that a little bit, but no. What's going on is that, see, you're experiencing a very powerful emotion with somebody else. A sexual encounter is a powerful emotion. And you experience it with somebody else, and there is that interaction, that sense of like, I am not so lonely because this other person experienced the same thing. When you have great sex, you have this incredible connection to the person that you had great sex with. Precisely because of that, because you don't feel so lonely.
I think we lost a lot of guys when he started talking about this connection.
Anymore.
There is your mate ranked for that. I am honestly hoping that this is not a real thing. Prism, please tell me that you made it up. Even if you didn't, even if it is something that exists, tell me that you made it up so I don't live in a world thinking that this is an actual thing, okay?
On the contrary, you're experiencing a shared moment together, the same moment. From, sure, of course, relatively speaking, different points of view, but it's the same thing going on that both of you experience. And it's a powerful thing. And it makes you feel more alive. It makes you feel less alone.
There is competitive... Bro, I think there is enough internet for me today. Do you want me to... If you want me to turn the live off, just tell me. I don't want to start talking about sites that I did not want to know that they exist.
Or completely not lonely. See what I mean? In my own case, I recall very clearly the moment that I felt least alone in my life, even though I didn't have a girlfriend at the time. And that was when I was producing and directing movies. Oh yeah, because it was very challenging. It was extremely challenging. And it drew on abilities I didn't even know I had. It drew on everything that I had. I put all of my effort into it. And during the time that I was producing and directing movies, it's not only that I had a good time, the fact of the matter is it wasn't so much that I had a good time, it's that I felt completely involved. I felt that all of my focus, all of my attention, everything in my being was focused on producing and directing movies.
Actually, I am currently in that state right now because everything I do during the day that takes my focus is me making videos. Like, I know that it seems like I don't upload often, but it's not easy, like, to edit, to come up with ideas. Sometimes I have to record multiple times to get it right, right? Like, to make it sound good, to look good in the video, to make it interesting. So I can see how it takes the focus from me, but it does not make me feel less lonely in the end, because in the end, I will be, I will turn off the computer and then I'm alone. That's it. Emptiness, right? Nothing. Who's this Red Pill Cooper? I mean, the OG Red Pill Cooper. He's like the biggest coach. He's the coach Red Pill. Like, no one is more Red Pill than this guy. How come you don't know him? Billiard have halls closed because people prefer to stay home and do nothing. That is not the only activity that closed like that. There were like hundreds, like, places that people used to gather to do the activities together, like bowling or whatever. Uh, all these things are closing one after the other because everyone is sitting home, ordering food, takeaways, and even things that you used to buy, like you used to go to shopping centers, like malls, to buy stuff. Now you just use like whatever Amazon Prime equivalent that you have, whether they deliver something close to your house or actually to your doorstep. No one has to go out anymore. My local snooker halls are still open. Well, you're keeping it open by going there. If you are the owner and people stopped going, you will not keep a business that's losing money. I mean, it makes sense, but I hate that it is the case, okay?
And all of the people I encountered in my daily life, they were all on this adventure with me. The people who were in the art department, the people who were in the grip department.
Poisson, do you know why I'm making this live, by the way, just about snooker? Because I used to play snooker when I was like in high school. Even though I was not like a good player, I just know the rules, right? And I can hit the ball sometimes successfully. If I wanted to play billiard or snooker, I will have no one to play with. And if I go there to play with someone, I will not find anyone who went there alone to find someone to play with. You need friends for that, exactly. So, do you know, even the guys I found to play football with, I found them on like some announcement website. So I found a group way looking for football players, and that's how I found them. It's not even friends. So if I wanted to play snooker, I will have to have a friend. So if you're ever in Moscow, hit me up. We can play. Uh, so now, according to Carlos, going out to places is scope. Is that it? There is a small matchmaking system, but it's kind of dead. I mean, it really depends on the country, but I mean, whatever I have, uh, yeah, it's not hard to make friends. It's impossible.
The lighting people, everybody, we were all in the same boat, rowing in the same direction. And whenever a problem would arise, I had 5, 10, 20 people who'd all go like, shit, what are we going to do now? Because they knew, they understood the problem that had suddenly arisen. They understood the problem, the significance of the problem, and how it would affect the overall project. And I never felt less lonely in my life than in that period. In that period of my life that, for various reasons, was just a blip in my life and not a period that lasted as long as I wish it had. But that's for another conversation. The point I'm trying to make is that, see, when I was doing that, when I was rowing in that direction, when I was climbing that particular mountaintop, I felt zero loneliness. And I didn't have a girlfriend. No girlfriend at all. Yeah. Like I said in the last video.
I think a lot of people here can relate with not having a girlfriend. Yeah, but is doing YouTube making me feel less lonely? I have to think about it because I enjoy making these videos and I enjoy going live with you. I don't know. Does this make me feel less lonely? We will see.
video. See, a girl cannot solve your loneliness. Hmm? And in point of fact, if you're terribly alone and latch on to the wrong girl, she can fucking ruin your fucking life. Not because she's a bad woman, but just because she's incompatible and you latched on to her because you felt so lonely that you figured, well, fuck it, I'll just latch on to her, right? See, a woman cannot solve your loneliness. Other people cannot passively solve your loneliness. The only way to cure your loneliness is to strive towards something greater than yourself, some ideal, some vision that you have. It doesn't have to be such a grandiose vision. It doesn't have to be, conquer the world or some shit like that. It can be potentially quite small and reduced. I mean, like in my own case, for instance, producing and directing movies is a trivial thing in the scheme of things, right? It's a very, very small thing. But during that period when I was doing that, I felt less alone, less lonely than at any other time in my life. I felt that everybody I was in contact with was not just, a colleague, but in a weird sense, like a brother, because all the problems and all the triumphs were not just mine alone, but they belonged to all of us together. And we'd glance at one another's eyes, and we knew what was going on.
Do you see, like, he says, like, glance into other eyes? I'm gonna just tell you guys the truth. Other than the girls I see, I don't talk to anyone. Like, I can go for months, just saying hi to the guy who works at the gym, hi when I buy some products or whatever. But to sit and have a conversation, I go months without doing that. And when you talk to girls, it's never easy. It's never enjoyable to the point where you can just be yourself, because, well, being yourself is a stupid advice. So I'm not being myself, so I'm using burning mental energy to talk to these girls. But I don't have conversations with people at all. Like, I cannot. I spend months and months without sitting and talking to someone for more than 2 minutes about something that interests me. That's life. I talk to people like, hey, hi, how you do? Yeah, do good, good, good. Bye, bye. That's it. Zero connection. I can't remember the last time I connected with someone. Like, I talked with someone for a very long time. I felt a connection. I have Discord to replace that need, right? Like, I might have a conversation with someone on Discord or whatever, right? But to talk to someone, to have a normal human conversation, I don't even remember the last time I did that. And again, I'm not. Did you move for work, or like? I talked earlier about how I never made friends with the guys in universities, but just to again tell you, I was being naive for the first part, and then I got pilled, and then I become too aware, and I could not forgive the disrespectful situation I was in. So it was not very successful. Okay, I had good 20s, like I had girls interested in me. I had good life. I ate nice food. I had a decent life, but it always was without friends. Okay, I never had a, like, if I don't, I said this earlier again in the stream. If I just like disappear, like if I like die randomly here, no one will know, because no one asks about anything in my life. And I think that most men are in that position, to be honest. I don't think that I'm that special. Like, if something happened to you right now in your room, and you were not, and your family did not exist, how long will it be for people to discover you? Like, you understand? I feel you, man. Right now, I'm 2 months with no contact. I mean, yeah, like, you spend like months, if not years, without like a hug, without physical contact with another human being. Without, maybe I should get a dog. I don't know. Maybe more guys can join the channel or send me gifts so I can afford a dog. What kind of dog will I get though? I love Dalmatians, right? I love um, this guys, right? I think they look cool. This, like, look at this Chad dog with the black eye. Looks really good. Jaeger bomb. You are extreme 2 hour and a half late. Get one with the most forward growth to compensate, right? I think like I would get this dog. Looks cute. I like this breed. Normie dog. I'm in Russia, so okay, I can afford to get like some winter dog, like husky or whatever. But I like the Belgian Shepherd, the Swiss Shepherd, the white one, because GBW also works for dogs. Yeah, to get like a white dog, right? I mean, look at this right wing family right here, Sydney Sweeney kind of deal. Nah, I mean, I think dogs are cute in all colors. Let's face it. Mm. I mean, I would argue that in terms of Labradors, like you see Labrador chocolate are the cutest one, and they're brown. Like you look at this, come on, you can't tell me that this is not like the cutest dog ever. Like I saw once one like this, like a brown, like a chocolate color, and he had blue eyes. So that's like even more rare. But you look at them like all three together, like there is black, white, and brown is mogging. So actually, this is the only case where being a brown mog. So if you want to be born brown, don't be human. Brown cats are the least adopted. Listen, Poisson, I told you this brown dog is uh, cuter than the other dogs. So you think the white Labrador here mugs the brown one? You're coping, man. Blue eyes. Let's find one like this. Oh, you can't tell me that this is not like the biggest mug of all time. Come on. Come on, look at this cuteness. No white dog is mugging this cuteness. Come on. Also, Tucker, about that, it's like I'm renting a place. So getting a dog is quite complicated because let's say I have to move to another place and they don't allow dogs or something like this. So you see. Yep. Guys, any suggestions on what you want to do next? Or I can just, go do some solo activities. Jaeger Bomber has just joined the live and Live, Love, Love too, but you guys came in late. This was a decent stream. I mean, for me, it was for sure. I have received a couple of gifts from guys. Again, thank you very much for those who did. And I don't know how it was for you. I hope the guys who were here had fun. Yeah, live life love. Let's not talk about that on YouTube, okay? I know what you're saying is true. Just let's not talk about it. You didn't come here to get me banned. So yeah, let's just call it off. I don't have any more ideas. I just wanted to complain to my online friends that I don't have any real life friends, sadly. And yeah, any last questions before we hang this? Mhm. Yep. So thank you everyone for being here. I'm gonna leave the live on. Well, yeah, I'm gonna eat some fries, play some Dota. You know, I have a one-on-one consultation this weekend. Jan have uh, contacted me for one-on-one consultation. That will be the first one I do, so I will let you know how it goes. I don't know if any more people are interested. Thank you, Prism. You joined quite late. I will leave it on if you want to watch the start. But yeah, thank you everyone for participating. You mean you're talking about Friday? I don't know. I will ask him if he plans to make a video, but then he might like not answer until Friday anyway. Yeah. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to like my videos when you see them because I know that all of you are subscribed here. But thank you for watching, and you can, yeah, have a good night, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye. A lot of love.